Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and I wish a very good day to all the viewers. I am Zanurin bin Muhammad Safa. I'm going to present my paper with this title, Enhancing the Power of Learner Questioning in ESL Reading Classrooms through Maxi Q. When we talk about questioning, what would be the issues? Ladies and gentlemen, the main issues would be most of the questioning activities come from the teachers or the books, and it is very rare for us to find pupils who ask themselves questions, and it is very rare to get pupils who ask their friends or their group mates questions. Why such issues happen? Ladies and gentlemen, it is simply because the pupils do not know what and how to ask questions. Therefore, they need support. They need support to develop their confidence, equip them with knowledge, and nurture their questioning skills. In this paper, I'm introducing Maxi Q, which stands for Maximizing Questioning, and it is developed and implemented in 2 ESL classrooms. Maxi Q is developed based on Bloom's taxonomy. Definitely, there are 6 cognitive domains, and here I am showing you examples of questions for the 2 lowest domains, remembering and understanding. Then the pupils were also exposed to sample questions for these 2 cognitive domains, applying and analyzing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, more time was spent here in the 2 highest cognitive domains, which are evaluating and creating. Examples of questions were discussed, were explained to them thoroughly. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me explain about the research methods. Maxi Q was implemented through an action research. There were 2 cycles. Now, the first cycle was about getting the pupils familiar with Maxi Q. Definitely explanations about the 6 cognitive domains was given, and activities involving group activities especially were carried out to make them familiar with the questions. Then cycle 2 took place, and here it will be more on reinforcement, reinforcing the understanding of Maxi Q, and the focus of the activities should be pair and individual questioning activities. 2 Form 5 classes were involved, and regarding data collection, I had 3 main instruments. They are feedback forms, Maxi Q exercises, and definitely classroom observations. Ladies and gentlemen, to further illustrate how Maxi Q was implemented, let's look at 2 samples here. The first one, as you could see, a short reading text. But for information, during the implementation of Maxi Q, the pupils were also given long reading texts. And based on this short text on computers, you could see after the pupils read this text, they had to discuss with their friends what kind of questions that they could possibly ask. For example, number 1, would you pay 3,000 ringgit for a course on building a website? And definitely that is one example of question from the highest cognitive domain, that is creating. And here is the second sample. As you could see, the text is very short. However, based on my experience implementing Maxi Q with my pupils, even with this short text, the pupils were able to formulate high-level questions, hot questions, like what you could see there. Now we come to findings and discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present the findings according to the cycles. In cycle 1, I have to admit, initially it was not easy for the pupils to understand the 6 cognitive domains. However, after some time, they began to understand the questions from the different cognitive domains. And because of this difficulty, I focused more on the lowest levels or the lowest cognitive domains, which are remembering and understanding. And from there, I could see their confidence began to bloom. In cycle 1, I would say that the pupils needed more time, needed more guidance when it comes to high-level questions. And for sure, their progress differed because the pupils had different levels of abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, what about cycle 2? Definitely more and more pupils made progress, even though some still needed guidance, needed time. For sure, every pupil did show progress. Therefore, in cycle 2, more focus was given on asking hot questions, and I reduced group activities. More pair and individual activities were carried out so that the pupils could learn to be independent. Obviously, I could see many of them became confident to ask questions, whether they ask themselves or asking their classmates. Ladies and gentlemen, for conclusion, I am very positive to say that Maxi Q can nurture and develop pupils' confidence and skills, not only to ask themselves questions, but also to ask their peers or group members questions. And definitely, in the long run, they can become critical thinkers and better readers. I also believe that as teachers, if not through Maxi Q, we should offer any practical and effective tool for our learners to be able to question themselves better, because when they are able to question themselves, it can stimulate thinking among them. And according to Blackburn, Walsh, and Ganesan, when pupils are able to question themselves well, when questioning takes place in their learning, definitely they will be engaged learners. When engagement happens, meaningful learning will also happen. With that note, thank you very much.